Hey parents, immune challenges can be scary no matter what, but RSV, especially in a younger kiddo, can really be the scariest, especially this time of year when the seasons are changing and the weather's getting cooler, and it tends to be harder for kiddos to really flush the fluids out of their bodies in the natural way. RSV can also be really scary because number one, it affects kids so much younger, and it also affects those small airways, those bronchi, and it can settle even deep into the lungs. RSV is actually the leading cause of pneumonia in our younger kiddos. And RSV has really become common the last few years post 2020 because we just haven't had as much exposure to germs as we did before. Now we are using hand sanitizer more than ever and staying away and avoiding germs and, even missing school a lot of times just to avoid those germs. And so we just haven't had a chance to build up our kiddos' immune system in order to be able to strengthen and to fight those off. Now, especially in a 6-month-old, when their natural immune defenses aren't even fully formed yet, it can be a really scary situation. So that's why I wanted to talk about this in this video today, is because I want you to be able to know what are those natural lines of defense that a kiddo has, especially an infant, that can really help to strengthen their immune system, fight off those infections and those germs, and really get to the other side of sickness, and especially RSV, as well as possible. Now, there are really 4 systems that help with this. The first is the nervous system. The second is the immune system. The third is the respiratory system. And then the fourth is the gut. Now, we hear about those last 3 a lot, but if you look at it as a hierarchy, the nervous system is actually controlling all of the other 3. It is the communicator. It is what's leading and guiding those other systems to do their jobs properly. Now, first, this neuroimmune system is really what allows the body to run a fever or to send out those white blood cells to really attack the germ or the virus or the bacteria that's causing the problem. Then the nervous system is also controlling the respiratory center, and that's responsible for really creating movement in that chest and lung cavity so that movement can stimulate the passing of fluid out of the body. The more a child is able to take a deep breath and contract those muscles, the more fluid is able to easily move out of the body. And then the gut. We've all heard about the gut-brain connection, and that's absolutely true. In order to be healthy, if you're trying to make changes and really get healthy, we often say start with the gut because it's so impactful to the rest of the body's healing. But there's another factor that plays a role here. There are what are called neuroreceptors inside the gut that actually send messages to the brain so the brain knows how and when to turn on the immune system. So you can see how intricately all of these systems have to be working together in order for your kiddo, especially a young kiddo, to be able to really fight off these germs and viruses at their very best. Now, the really challenging thing with RSV is it's a virus, so antibiotics aren't going to affect it. And the research shows that steroids don't have a great impact on RSV as well. So really, there aren't a lot of treatments out there other than the nebulizers and things like that to really help get a kiddo breathing. But there are some holistic things that can work fairly well when it comes to that RSV infection. Things like the suctions and nasal suctions and saline solutions, things like rest and sleep, things like oils, and even nursing in a younger child, because that can help with hydration and keeping that body strong. Now, in an older kid, we can even go into what we call our immune fighters, and those are things like colloidal silver and honey and elderberry syrup, and we can really use those things to help support the body in fighting off that viral infection. Now, this is where pediatric chiropractic can come in so perfectly, because what we have to offer is the adjustment. Now, the adjustment can do 2 things. Number one, it can really help to allow for movement throughout the body and through that entire system, because the adjustment affects the neuromotor system of the body. It can allow for proper tone and movement, which will really allow that fluid to keep moving. Similar with a pond versus a stream. When a pond because a pond does not have movement in that water, that's when those germs and infections can tend to grow. versus a moving stream that stays a lot healthier because it's constantly turning over. Now, the other thing that an adjustment can do is it can really help to balance and coordinate the brain talking to those other systems, because the brain activates what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, this nervous system was designed and is in control of the rest and digest and immune function in our bodies. So it's no surprise that kiddos that are getting adjusted often talk about improvements in their sleep and in their digestion, and of course in that immune function. So if you're anxious going into this fall and winter season because maybe your kiddo tends to get sick this time of year, and when they do, they get sick for weeks and sometimes even months, and then it goes around the house and everyone really struggles. Or if you're a mom or a dad who already has a kiddo who's struggling with immune challenges, maybe they've already had RSV or other chronic things going on, ask us a question, leave us a comment. Let me know what your challenges and struggles are so that we know how we can help you best. We have a lot of information on our website. There's a fantastic article linked to this video that will really dive deep into some of those home remedies that you can use to really help support your kiddo. And then also how chiropractic care, neurologically focused pediatric chiropractic care, can really help your kiddo who might be struggling through this time of year. So I appreciate you watching. If anything came up for you, let me know. Share this with a mom that needs to see it. And when you're ready, give us a call, reach out. Let us know what we can do to help you and support you through this time. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Have a great day.